Hello Aquarius, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So Aquarius, we're going to find out your release and your receive. So what is the universe guiding you to release, to get rid of, to let go of, so that you may receive something in your life? And we are, sorry, I just sneezed before I started recording this. We are going to be focusing more on anything negative in your life that you should possibly release. Or, if not necessarily negative, but it's something that you should actively participate in. Because for the release question of this reading, I'm using my combination deck of God and Titan, which isn't dark and shadow, but it is more yang energy. So you actively participating in this. And my dark goddess deck, there's the kind of like the shadowy energy. So that's the release. And then for the receive, it is my Starseed Oracle and my Goddess Wisdom deck. So, oh yeah, and then we have the Energy Oracle deck, which is going to sit between the release and the receive for you. Like what is the energy that's sitting between these 2 points in time? And I do have my Martyr of Crows tarot ready to go. So let's get started, Aquarius. Let us see. That shuffled so well off camera, and the camera was turned off. Okay, let's try that again. I feel like you're kind of stuck on your release. It's really weird because I was trying to get it. The shuffle is awkward, and it wasn't at all. Oh God, yeah, what is this? Communication. Wow, Hermes, release your communication. I'm really like, it feels like throat chakra, not opening up, like not speaking about something, not talking about something. Release this. Release how you perhaps try to go into a particular conversation or certain conversations with a bit of like a pre-organized script in your head. Like just allow things to flow. Release your communication. There might be something that you've been trying to convey to someone for quite some time and they're just not getting it. I want to say too, like, just let that go. Kind of let that go, right? It was stuck. It was stuck. The Death card and power and concealment. Whoa, that should not still be coming through. Well, it is what it is. So there's a collective reading that comes out after this video. It's a premiere, so you can sit in it and well, if you catch it when it's a premiere, it's premiering on, what's today? May the 8th, Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. So you can go in there and you can kind of live chat comments with the premiere, but with the premiere, maybe in the premiere, but there's like a sense of someone exposing something. Yours has kind of got a bit of that here because it's like the struggle of power and concealment. So like hiding something in some sort of position of power, or maybe you feel like something is being hidden from you by someone who has some sort of position of power, or you're being there's a part of you. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's thrown away. It's like there's a part of you that feels kind of thrown away by some sort of power or authority in your life. I'm trying to bring an end to that. Like you're trying to come out of Hades here. Like, well, Hades is, to me, I just say that and I think of the underworld. Like you are trying to come out of the underworld, but there's almost like some sort of power beyond you that kind of keeps you from doing that. So wanting to have your rebirth, wanting to have a new beginning here. But release your communication. You gotta let something flow with your communication. Okay, the receive, which is funny because that shuffled a little bit better. And this deck is more awkward. So it never shuffles better than the other deck. The receive. What is the receive? So if Aquarius releases their communication, what is their receive? What is their receive for Aquarius? Should they release their communication? Allow your words to flow. Allow your thoughts to be verbalized. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Wow. Like allowing your fate to unfold, and you actually actively participating in what your destiny becomes of that, like carving your destiny out of a fated path that you were meant to be on. So when you get on this fated path, it's sort of like, you know, the difference for fate and destiny is fate is what you really can't avoid it. You're going to end up there. You're going down this road, this path, whatever it may be, this life lesson. You're meant to do it. Your soul signed up to do this lesson. But see, the thing is, once you get on that path, you do have your own, I'm hearing autonomy. You have your own kind of self-authority, your sovereignty, and how you go through this path. So getting to the path, you really didn't have sovereignty in that. At least your ego wouldn't have felt like that. Like, I just ended up here. How did this happen? But you're meant to go there. You're meant to be there. But the destiny part is what you do with it. Like, you know, how do you change your life here? How do you change your soul's journey? How do you, maybe this is not changing your soul's journey. Maybe this is like really reinforcing what your soul's journey is meant to be. A new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. Wow. I like that. That new earth feels a lot like, well, what you do with this fate. How do you change? Maybe it is a change for you, your soul's path here, where your soul has been projecting itself in your life lessons. So what's the energy between Hermes and I remember? Maybe you remember Hermes. Maybe you were Hermes in another life. Okay, what is the energy between Aquarius's release and Aquarius's receive? Walking away and man holding a coin. That speaks of the power to me. Walking away from someone or something that controls you via money, controls you via offerings, controls you via dangling a carrot in front of you, controls you via how you feel safe physically in the world. Walking away from something that controls you, and it controls you by how you feel safe in the world. That's a big control. That's huge. And taking the temple path. Wow. The fated life or the destiny life. Maybe there's something you would fated to be or do or achieve. Maybe this is even you. Maybe this is something that you have achieved in your life with man holding the coin. Walking away from, you know, he just feels like the King of Pentacles. I mean, it could be someone in your life. It could be a fatherly figure. It could be a spouse, a business partner, a boss. But I feel like on some level, it's like something that you've achieved, or somebody or something that controls you. And this control is effective because it has everything to do with how you feel physically safe and secure. This is a pretty big path. It's a pretty big path, Aquarius. This is really interesting. I'm actually seeing, for some of you, not everybody, but for some of you, I'm seeing like this young person walking off, and this is like a fatherly figure. Whoa, that's too. Just a second. Okay, let me just feel like I can't even talk before other messages come in sometimes. So this figure is like a young person, perhaps going off to university or college, or going off to their first job, or maybe it's just a job promotion, but you've always been close to home. You've always been close to home, and now no. And like, well, daddy or mommy or whoever is saying, well, but if you stay, we'll pay for your bus pass, you know, so you can come and go. You can go to college or university over there. And, you know, it's just a 30-minute bus ride or a 40 or an hour-minute bus drive. I want to go, like, it's somewhere different. It's really somewhere different where you want to carve your destiny here. But the lure is, well, I'll help pay for some of the expenses if you stay here. And in some level, it's manipulative. It's a bit of a parental or caregiver bribe to try to, keep you safe. So I'm going to keep you safe by, making some things some codependent here. But it's walking away from that. You might even think, well, how will I afford my bus pass? Or how will I afford my books? Or, I don't know, or the rent? Or, okay, the other message that came in, see, I hate when that happens. Where did it go? It's gone. Shit. I don't talk fast enough, and I think I already talk pretty fast. Maybe it'll come back to me. Oh, yeah, okay. For some of you, it's walking away from what you were born into. What you were born into, like that fate. You were born into it. It could have been a career choice. It could have been, just how you kind of viewed life and how you fit into it and how your family fit into it. Parent may or may not still be alive, but it just feels like you're definitely walking away from how perhaps you were raised even on some level, or how you're claiming your own belief system. I would say that. You're claiming your own belief system and working on applying this to your life. It's one thing to disagree with mommy or daddy or a big brother or sister or your boss or whatever. It's another thing to apply it to your life. And I'm hearing that's how the three-dimensional experience changes your spiritual journey. When it actually feels like there's something to lose or gain here, and you can make a choice beyond that fear, I'm hearing you've chosen life, but you've chosen the purpose in life. Wow. So that's the purpose of life. One of them anyways. Because in the spiritual realm, there are no consequences. This is almost like a playground of consequence. Earth is a playground of consequence. It's easy to believe in something, but it's harder to live that belief. And there might be a consequence that feels like it could be negative or could affect you negatively in the 3D. Oh, sounds so dramatic the way I came in with a card shuffle. All right. I was pulling out just one for the middle with the Energy Oracle deck, but I wanted two. Well, we got more than two. We got a whole story. All right. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is definitely about changing things here. The Ace of Cups and the Chariot. Going with your heart's desire, moving in that direction. This is what affects your change. This is what will change your path, your destiny. I'm hearing you've never done this in another. If you're going to do this, this is the first time you've done this in a lifetime. Like this lesson, whatever that is for you. You've had lifetimes with this lesson, but you've not done it before. And it feels like you're on the cusp of doing it. Oh, God, the cards seem so loud right now. The Queen of Cups. The Moon. The Seven of Pentacles. See, it's about like your emotional guidance system and pushing beyond the fear of that. Having faith. But it's a little bit like you keep planning through it with the Seven of Pentacles. So, okay, but that's the release, right? Like, it's to stop trying to plan how you move your emotions through your fears, how you move yourself emotionally through your fears. So it could be like trying to keep a level head. You're terrified of doing something. It feels so big. It feels bigger than you. It feels like the consequences could be so big. And this is what keeps you in the planning stage. So the receive, the Knight of Cups, there we have your emotions are moving now. Your emotions are moving. The Lovers, they're really moving. The Five of Cups. What happens? Oh, I gotta clarify that. The Sun and the King of Cups is at the bottom. She's got the King and Queen of Cups. If anything, it's at least with the Sun, it's harmonizing your yin and your yang, your ego and your soul. It definitely has something to do with self-actualization. Something to do with liftoff. I'm hearing like liftoff. What's that movie with Matthew McConaughey? I'm hearing the name of that. Failure to lift off or something. Failure to launch. Failure to launch. Okay, first I want to ask communication, this release, what do you need to work on with that? Like, what do you need to work on with communication? A lot? Three of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Then you get the Six of Swords, the King of Wands, and the King of Cups. Okay. There's something here. I talked about your yin and your yang, your masculine and your feminine energies. There's something here about your feminine energy is somehow holding you back, right? This communication, it felt like release it, let it go, speak your mind. That's very yang energy. So this Queen of Pentacles shows up with the Three of Swords. So nurturing, looking after, oh. The man holding the coin is like the King of Pentacles. You're definitely walking away from what you understand and gives you security in the 3D. What nurtures you, but it actually breaks your heart. It's not serving you somehow on some level. Something is not serving you on some level here. But then, right, the Six of Swords is taking you, moving away from that and towards, like, exhibiting, utilizing your desire, your passion, your drive, your emotions, your feelings. Instead of sitting in heartbreak in what it is that you have succeeded in life, what element that is of your life. It could be like a work, a home. Maybe you live somewhere. Maybe you've spent your entire life trying to save up for a house and pay it off, and there you are in it. Now what? You know, like, now what? But it almost feels like that goal may have had a reason at some point, but then it kind of becomes, your castle becomes a fortress that you can't get out of. Like you've built something up around yourself that you can't get out of. This is getting out of it. Communication is the key for you to do that. I think there's actually one of the cards, a card I have says communication is key. I think it's the Moonology deck. Yeah, that's funny. The Queen of Cups. Look at how it bounced and it went over to the Knight of Cups. Like you want to express, perhaps you want to express your feelings and your emotions about a topic. The Death card. You need to release the death of your emotional communication. You need to release the death of it. And I feel like you need to release the depths of your emotional feelings and feelings. Gosh, there's a lot of like psychic energy here though too, with the Queen of Cups and the Moon. Allow yourself to be guided. Hear your soul. Hear your inner child. The Moon. The Knight of Pentacles. Oh, you move so slowly through your fears. So slowly through your fears. And almost replanning over and over again. The Seven of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. It's like there's something that you're waiting for to give you permission to do this. Feeling like I could have the perfect plan if this happened, or this came in, or this chain of events occurred. It's like carving your destiny kind of sits, or has been sitting in, if this happens, then I could do that. Where the universe is asking you to move beyond the if and create the path. Walking away. The World. You're closing off a cycle. It's funny. Every once in a while, when I see this card, I get that song. It's the last part of the Mary Tyler Moore theme. I'm really dating myself. You're gonna make it after all. Do, 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 do. Because she throws her hat here at the end. And yeah, so you are gonna make it after all. Like, so that could be a part of it too. I think, what is his backstory behind that? I think she did move to a whole different city, maybe even state. Mary Tyler Moore. And she ended up succeeding, doing quite well. Man holding a coin. Okay. So this is the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Oh, I feel like the man holding the coin is the kind of energy that can try to inspire you, but leave you feeling confused. Oh, I just heard it's just like a tarot reading. Leave you feeling inspired, but also confused. You know, and it's just kind of going back to that father or that boss or someone who's saying, well, if you stay here, you know, we'll pay for the bus pass and pay for this and that. And I'll give you some extra money and then you could save up for a car. Right? Like it's, oh, that sounds good. But then you feel confused emotionally because there's something about your emotions that almost aren't being, I don't want to say they're not being heard. I think you hear them pretty clearly. I think they're not involved in the choices that you're making somehow in a part of your life where they need to be. So they're feeling like, well, how do I move forward? I'm so confused. It's because you need to start using them to move forward. And then it becomes more obvious. The World, or no, the Wheel. It's so funny I said the World. Because the World is sitting above that with walking away. Ooh, the Two of Cups. Wow. Talk about yin and yang. There's the shift. There's the change. That feels like it's up to you. The Ace of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles. You gotta go on your own with this somehow. There is that dangled carrot in front of you. The Nine of Pentacles has no dangled carrot in front of them. And then this gives you emotional sovereignty. Maybe there's a question, does my emotional sovereignty with the Ace of Cups, I want it because it's linked with a Nine of Pentacles, which is sovereignty. How's it going to provide for me? It seems like it does. Because if you're going on a path that you're meant to go on, if it's a path that you're meant to go on, and you're making, that's the other thing. You got to make Yes. Oh, I haven't thought about this in the longest time. It's kind of, yeah. I thought, as a long, long time ago, I realized if I was making choices and decisions based on fear, and the fear was controlling the choice or decision, I knew I was making the wrong. I just, after looking back on my life, I realized that's how I made the wrong choices and decisions, because I was allowing fear to be the deciding factor in the choice or decision, which fear can be irrational. Fear can be real. I wouldn't jump off a cliff because I'm pretty sure I would die and I don't want to die. So I wouldn't jump off the cliff, right? Like that's a logical fear. The fear is like the Seven of Cups. What happens if, the if with you. That's what, like, yeah, what happens if? Oh, what if I don't do that? Or what if I do? Or what if I do that and then this happens? The what if. The what if can be connected to fear. You got the moon, you move so slowly through fear. Yeah. Right? And don't, every time I've been held back by fear, it delayed progress for myself. The Chariot. The Chariot. This way or that way. It literally says that. This way or that way, the little signs. You have the choice. You could literally go forward. I do have this feeling like you're going to do it again in another lifetime if you don't do it in this one. And it doesn't feel like something that, you know, could be dangerous, like going off a cliff. Don't do that. It feels like making some sort of a decision where you have to push beyond some sort of fear that's connected to your your physical safety, abundance, prosperity. I remember soul plan the fated life. Because this is to receive, it seems to me, wow, the Six of Pentacles. It seems, because it's the receive, it seems like there's almost an unlocking of something for you in the future. If you walk away, it's like a path that you're not allowed to see until you take it. You're not allowed to see what this could be, like through your human eyes, through your human mind, until that's no longer standing in the way of the choice that you make to move forward. And with the Six of Pentacles, your destiny could on some level have something to do with very charitable work, giving to others. Now that's interesting too, because you have this kind of like charitable work energy, but you've got this man holding a coin walking away from that, right? Walking away from big corporate. Or I remember that there's something else here for you. The Knight of Cups. This little area I'm really curious about, because it ends in the Five of Cups. Seven of Wands and the Three of Cups. It's almost like to move forward emotionally, you have to guard this because it's pretty special. To protect it, to protect. And again, I'm just going to use the same scenario. So let's say you want to go off to university, you want to go far away, but there's this carrot is dangled in front of you about sort of helping you with finances if you stay closer. So you do take the choice. You take the choice. You move with your heart. You move with your heart's desire. And you get there and things are more expensive than you anticipated. Or you get there and, yeah, let's keep it simple. Things are more expensive than you anticipated. So it becomes difficult. You really have to work hard to defend this dream. There's a lot of different elements that are coming at you that you didn't plan on, that you didn't foresee, because there is hidden information here for sure about how this could go. But then the Three of Cups, I feel like, you know what, the universe will provide. So you get there. Maybe for the first week you're struggling. I don't know how I'm going to make it through the month. I don't have enough income. I don't want to call daddy to help me out, or but then it's like the people that you meet, the people that you start to create friendships with, you learn from them about where you are, where you're going. So it doesn't have to be like going off to college. It's just some new part of your life where you find the people that you need to find. And oh yeah, you know what? They're hiring college students over there. They're pretty flexible with the hours because we know we have to study. I don't do too many hours, but it makes just enough for me to add a bit of extra money. The right thing comes in. The right thing comes in, but at first it feels like you really have to work hard to defend this. The Lovers. Ew. And the Lovers could really, I think here, really represent the choice that you make for yourself, owning that. Five of Wands and 8 of Cups. I think there's something that you discover on the path that has so much conflict and or competition around it. You say, no thanks. I'm not going to do that. And on some level, I do want to say it's because there's a sense of purity of the heart here. There's some sort of choice. And there's so much either competition or conflict that it drives you away from it. The 5 of Cups. It almost feels like you get out to where you wanted to go. And then you realize, was I running away just because I didn't want to feel controlled by daddy or my boss or whatever it is? This is so interesting. Or was I running away because I really thought that there'd be a better program here for me, or that this was a better state or province or town to live in? Or was I running away because I didn't want to feel controlled by whatever this man holding a coin represents to you? This is a very complex reading. And I'm kind of surprised that so much is coming out about the receive. Particularly that there's a block. The 5 of Cups. Right? It's almost like emotionally disappointed about this. The 5 of Cups. Oh, God, that's crazy. You've got the High Priestess and the 3 of Pentacles. Which the 3 of Pentacles, a lot of times talk about like where you work. A lot of times too, it talks about like school, places where this is more like collaborating and sharing ideas and building different things with that. Not necessarily having any monetary things that you need to consider in doing that process. Okay, it feels like your fated path, something that you're waiting to receive. Communication is important. That's the biggest thing. Like, you really need to release how you communicate things. Get that flowing. But it's as if your fated path has many possible destinies. But I think your soul is pretty solid in what it wants. And you're going to be navigating some choices here with the Lovers. That's inevitable. And with the 5 of Wands and the 8 of Cups, these are almost like little side paths off of a main path of destiny. And some of these, no, you're going to know. It's almost like your refusal to go down that path is your guidance system taking you where you need to be. Because there's a mystery here that I don't want to say, I don't know how far into the future this goes, but you won't have found what it is that you're looking for immediately. But you will, though. But not before you come across some stuff that's just no, absolutely no. I want to say too, it's kind of funny, like there's even a like relationship energy sitting here, whether that could be friendship or romantic, where someone from your past comes back. This fate versus destiny. And the Knight of Cups, Seven of Wands, and Three of Cups. It's somebody who will not, won't stop persisting with you in the future to bring something together, and you might even try it. I don't know, like it could be an ex, it could be an old friend. Like they persist to bring this together. And I don't know if you come together again with this person, you could. But then there's like the Five of Wands and the Eight of Cups. It's just too much conflict here. I'm done with this. I'm not emotionally invested in it in any way anymore. So yeah, you have the Five of Cups. Like, well, that would make sense because now you're disappointed. Yeah, still another. But there's something here with the High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles. Definitely like what it is you've been looking for, where you can build here something. But it's about walking that path in faith. Or faith. What does it say, faith? The Ace of Pentacles and the Devil. Two of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. Yeah, okay. I feel like some of y'all have got two choices. And some, you know, on some levels, for some of you, it comes up like two universities. One close to home or one far away. Others of you, it could be a relationship with an ex or somebody new. There's like a new beginning here. And the Devil is almost involved with what's the choice going to be? Who's your soulmate with the Six of Cups? What is your soul telling you? Ugh. Shit. I don't know, Aquarius. Are we going into a retrograde? Because it just has that energy of like someone from your past coming around again. Or something, right? Like you went off to university and went far away. And then you get there. This choice is not working out. This is not. There's something here to unfold though. But with the High Priestess, it's like you can't really see it. I'm going to go do your extended, Aquarius. I'm going to ask for guidance for you and outcome should you follow that. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.